All right, Shalom. I'd like to start up saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harikak Badash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder heroine as well. Salutations to the Akhman of pushing the truth to sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Khanak Shan Bar Yashar Allah from the Lions and the Yashar Allah Camp, and I'm gonna do a quick spiritual hydration um on a situation that happened today. Beautiful situation, real beautiful. A couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago, I had to take my my son and my daughter to urgent care because, like, they had some complications going on. It turns out that they had um an ear infection, right? So um no, strep. So the doctor prescribed some antibiotics, That's basically the only time I'm really gonna give my children any type of medicine or whatever, but that's a different story. But so as I go to the pharmacy to pick up the prescription, you know, I'm here to pick up two prescriptions. And they're like, they gave me the date of birth. I gave them the date of birth, and they started looking at the screen all crazy. And they're like, "What's the last name?" And I'm like, "Here we go," because their last name is Yasharala, right? So once I pronounced it, I seen one of the pharmacy techs kind of look up, right? And he glanced over at me, and then as because they were way busy, right? So he stopped what he was doing, and he kind of said, "All right, I'll take care of this one," right? I didn't think nothing of it. So he got the medicine together and everything, mixed the antibiotics up and everything, did that, and he gave me the rundown, do this, that, and the third, and he was just giving me a whole bunch of information. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that. Whatever. And somebody had grabbed his attention, and I was like, all right, see y'all guys later. And I go to walk off, and as I was walking down the aisle, I thought I heard him say shalom, but I was like, did he just say shalom? I'm like, oh, maybe he did. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But I went to turn back around, but then they were so busy and slammed, I didn't want to bother them, so I just let it go, right? So fast forward 2 weeks, 3 weeks later to today, I do ride share. That's what I do for work right now, right? So I'm driving for Lyft, and I go to pick up a guy. I pick him up, and he walks out the apartment, gets in the car. I look at him. I'm like, it's him, the same guy. I said, hey man, you're the pharmacy tech guy. He's like, yeah. He didn't really remember me at the moment, right? And I'm like, oh man, that's awesome, right? And then so we're just, you know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, cool. So I'm driving. And then he was like, oh, you've been to the pharmacy that I work at? And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, okay, cool. And I kind of explained to him the situation. And then when I said the last name of my children, his eyes lit up. No. Before that happened, he was like, yeah, I explained how my daughter gets frequent ear infections and how she had to have tubes put in her ears because they retain fluid. It's just the whole, you know what I'm saying, giving them the rundown. We're just having small conversation. And then he was like, have you ever thought about herbal medicine? But he used the correct terminology. He didn't say herbal medicine, but I know it when I hear it. But I was like, well, yeah, like, no, we were talking about foods. And then he was like, certain things that we eat causes these complications in our children. I'm like, correct. I said, that's why I try to keep my children strictly on the Hebrew diet, based on, you know what I'm saying, the law, statutes, and commandments of in the Bible, right? And his eyes lit up. He was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Da, 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 da. He started going on and on, talking real fast. He was just so excited, so excited, so excited. So I got excited too. I'm getting excited now, just like reliving it and talking about it, right? And then, right, I said, bro, do you remember? So I kind of gave him the rundown, like when he said, yes, I did say shalom. And I'm like, bro, I thought you said that. I wasn't sure. And like, da 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 da. And we went to talking all this, and we went into talk about. He asked me about how does he do the Sabbath, when is the Sabbath, and I gave him all this is on the, in a 15-minute car ride to his job, right? And it's just, so amazing how the little things that, we encounter in life can influence somebody else. That's why we have to be mindful of our walks while we're in this truth. You know what I'm saying? Just because he saw the name Yasharallah, right? And then, it transpired into us having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about, yes, we got to put out these lessons, but our ways, our walks in life become a lesson to those that are following, that are watching, you know. And it was a beautiful thing that, how he was inspired. He inspired me. I got to say he inspired me also, you know. And so I just want to do a spiritual hydration and get a couple scriptures talking about it because it was cool, man. It was cool that he was so excited and influenced about my lifestyle in Yahweh Shem Shai, right? And he was like he had so many questions, so I gave him our main page and I gave him my page, and yeah, man, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. It kind of really lightened up my day. We kind of need things like this when we go through things we go through. All right, So I just want to get a couple scriptures talking on it. Explaining on how our daily lifestyle can influence others in this truth. All right, first scripture I want to get is Sirach chapter 3 verse 29. It says the heart of a heart of the prudent will understand a parable. So as we understand these parables, we live by these parables, man. All right, and we prophesy these parables. It says, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man. All right, an attentive ear meaning a listening ear. That's what we desire. We don't want to just do these things for vain. We do these things for those that are meant to listen. And that brother was one of the ones that were meant to listen, man. And that was such a spiritual encounter. How I never, I probably like I don't go to that pharmacy often because I don't give my kids medicine that often. But for me to go to the pharmacy that day, pick up my kid's prescription 2 3 weeks later, pick him up to take him to work, right? And how all things came all back around full circle, and he was open ears to the things that I had to say in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that was a beautiful thing, man. I'm not gonna make this too long. It's just a testimony of spiritual hydration, just to uplift others, man. Just know that our works come from our lifestyle also, not just what we teach. Our next scripture I want to get is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 24. It says, hold on, Slakia. That's not it. I must be Thessalonian, Slakia. Hold on 1 second. Second Thessalonians. No, that's not it. Slakia. Okay, that was it. That was it. All right. All right, so this is 2 Timothy 2 and 24, and the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, right? All right, in meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. Well, the point was apt to teach, right? Um, always apt to teach, right? Always be ready to teach anybody that's asking the questions of what you believe in, man. You know, always being like, what I'm saying, understanding that our teaching moments also come from our lifestyle and way we conduct ourselves when we're out here in the world. We gotta be we can't just be Israel, what I'm saying, behind the camera. We gotta be Israel when we're out here in the world. We gotta be, what I'm saying, the elect, put on as the elect at all given time. You know. Next scripture I want to get is James 1 and 22. And it says, be ye doers of the words and not hearers of the word only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding the natural face in a glass. for he behold himself and goeth his way, and straightway forget what his manner of man he is. So we got to always be mindful of that, being doers of the word. That's a lesson within itself. We teach others by conducting ourselves in the mannerism of as a righteous man of Yahweh by Shem Shai. So we be hearers of the words and regurgitate the things that we hear in the spirit, right? But we also have to manifest that in our lifestyle, all right? In the name of Yahweh by Shem Shai. And that's beautiful, man. Like to be, not to say I was just like super Israelite or super Hebrew or anything like that, but just the mere fact of like, how I can, raising up my children, and he was able to see that and to, what I'm saying, get an understanding of that and be able to ask questions to be pointed in the right direction to get towards you. How about Shimon Shai? And that was beautiful, man. I'll get one more scripture. Um, First Corinthians 9:14, and it says, even so hath the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel must live the gospel, man. All right, we got to live this gospel that we're preaching, you know, because it's a reflection of Yahweh by Shem Shai. Not the words that we speak out of them, because if you don't, we'll looked upon as hypocrites, man. And that's one thing you don't want to be, man. So even so hath the Lord ordained that we which preach the gospel should live of the gospel, man. And it becomes our lifestyle, man. And once we see it becomes our lifestyle, we help influence, provoking to emulation others, all right, to be influenced to live that same lifestyle. All right. So I just wanted to give that testimony and that spiritual hydration, man, for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. With that, I want to say, Kal Halayim La Yahweh. Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harakak Wadash Ma'amath. Double honors to the other apostles of the great millstone, my elder Heroin as well. Salutations to the Archman that are pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shai. Shalom.